In this video, I'm gonna flush the heater core on my Mazda Rx8. If your Rx8 isn't blowing hot air or if it's not hot enough, even on max, a clogged heater core can be the issue. All items I'll use in this process will be linked in the description, so make sure you check them out. And also, hit the subscribe button for more Rx8 videos. First off, remove the coolant bottle cap and also disconnect the negative terminal of the battery. Remove the bolt holding your windshield washer bottle or zone adapter. Take the bottle out and put it on the side. These two hoses are the ones connected to the heater core. Do not touch the nearby AC metal ones, only the two ones that I'm pointing at. Get some bent nose pliers and remove the clamp holding the left hose and then the one holding the right hose. Use your hose pick around the rubber hose to loosen it up a bit. Then use your hose pick to open the plastic clamp holding these two hoses together and take it out. Grab the hose with both hands and twist it until you get it loose. Then simply twist and pull to get it out. A bit of coolant will drip out, but don't worry, we'll clean it in a bit. Now take the hose and put it behind the strut bar to get it out of the way. These two hoses make it difficult to properly grab the remaining hose and twist it, so we have to unplug it from the upper side. Simply pull down the clamp, get it loose with a hose pick, and then pull it down with one hand and use your thumb on the upper hand to push it down. Just like that. Now we can grab it, twist it to get it loose, and then simply twist it and pull it until we get it out. Use a garden hose to wash away all spilled coolant. Next, we need to measure the metal pipe to determine the inner diameter of the hose that we're gonna need. And we can see that the pipe is 14 millimeters thick, which is half an inch. So I got 3 meters of transparent rubber hose that has an inner diameter of 14 millimeters. So now we're gonna slide the long part of the hose on the right metal pipe, which is where coolant enters. Next, we're gonna cut out 40 centimeters of the remaining hose and attach it to the garden hose with this adapter. Make sure the connection is nice and tight. So now slide the shorter hose on the left metal pipe, which is where coolant exits. We're gonna flush the system the other way around, meaning that water is going in the exiting left pipe and out of the entering right pipe. This way, the flush will be most efficient. If you want, you can tighten down the hose with a clamp. On the cap of the coolant bottle, we can see that the pressure inside of our cooling system is 0.9 bar or 13 psi, so we must not exceed this pressure when flushing the heater core. To find out how much you should open your tap so that it puts out 0.9 bars of pressure is to locate the main water pressure valve and gauge of your household. The gauge will point out the current maximum pressure available. In my case is 4 bar, which is a pretty common setting. So this is 0 bar and we're gonna open it to the max, which is 4 bar. And this is what we get. So now we can use this chart that has 4 bars divided into 4 fourths. So we just need to open the tap by 1/4 to have 1 bar of pressure coming out of it. So let's position the chart so that 0 matches the closed tap and 4 matches the fully opened tap. With that done, it's time to open the tab a little less than 1 to match the 0.9 bars. And we can see that fluid started flowing out. In my case, it's the same color as my coolant as I flush my cooling system regularly. But when it hasn't been flushed in more than 4 years, expect it to be light brown or dark brown. Leave the hose running until the exiting hose is clear like the entering one. If you get little to no exiting water or if the breeze just won't stop coming out, then you need to pour some Radiator Flush in the heater core and let it sit either for 1 hour or for maximum effect 1 day. To do that, disconnect the garden hose from the transparent one, take a funnel and insert it in the short hose. Take your Radiator Flush and pour it inside until you see it coming out the exiting hose. This means the heater core is full. Let it sit for the amount of time that you need and then reconnect the garden hose and open the tap to 0.9 bar like before to flush out all the fluid until both hoses are nice and clean. When done, remove the garden hose again and fill up your heater core with coolant until you see it coming out of the other hose. Next up, remove both hoses and dump the extra coolant in a bucket. We can see that my heater core was relatively clean, but after I put the Radiator Flush in, some chunks of dirt came out. So now I can assume that it's clean as it should be. Take the small OEM hose and run some water through it to clean all the debris from inside it. Next, reconnect the two hoses. The small one goes on the right pipe and the long one on the left one. When done, slide the clamps back into place. Next, rinse off the spilled coolant with your garden hose. Put back the plastic clamp holding the two hoses. Put back your zone adapter or washer bottle. And lastly, reconnect your battery. Now it's time to bleed air out of the cooling system. To start, remove the coolant bottle cap. Put your car in neutral, handbrake up and start it. Blast your heat on maximum temperature and maximum blow. If you had issues before with hot air, now you should notice a big difference. Put a little bit of coolant in your bottle to compensate for the one that we've spilled. And be sure to check the bottle so that coolant is up to or a centimeter above this line. Take your OBD2 scanner, insert it in the port and open your preferred OBD2 app. Monitor the current engine water temperature and check it regularly so it doesn't go above 100 degrees Celsius or, God forbid, 105 degrees Celsius. Now we're gonna wait for all the air bubbles to get out of the bottle. And also take a look under the car to make sure nothing is leaking. Alright, now that the car is nice and warm, we can give it a couple of good reps to get all the small bubbles out of the system. With no more bubbles coming out, we can put back the cap and let the car run for another 10 minutes, or you can also go for a ride. If temperatures don't go up anymore, you've successfully bled all the air out of your system. And you should have hot air warming your cabin. That's it for this video. You'll find all the items I've used in the description. And as always, leave a like, subscribe, and check out more Rx8 videos on my channel.